Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. My name is John Austin. I'm the headmaster of a school in Jordan called King's Academy. It's a high school, grades 9 through 12. It's co-ed. It's boarding. And I wanted to begin by saying, I've learned a great deal from the presentations today. And I have to confess, I feel a bit out of place. I am not a digital native. I vividly remember when the computers were brought into my university. I wrote the first paper on it and promptly lost it into the internet. I don't have a Twitter account. I've never been on Facebook. Not only do I not have Facebook, I've never even been on Facebook. I had some good assistance from my 10-year-old in helping me put together this PowerPoint. So I am not digitally literate in the way that many of you are, and I may in fact be one of the administrators that Waleed and Josh were talking about earlier, who are insufficiently trained to lead students and teachers into this new digital world. But as I've listened to the presentations today, I've been struck by one recurring an important theme. There seems to be a consensus in the room about an essential question. This is Mark Milleron. He's on the board of the Global Online Academy, which is a consortium of schools of which King's Academy is a founding member. And I'll talk about it in a moment. He says this is not a conversation about technology. I think that's been said a number of times today. I'm having trouble with the computer. For me, as a teacher and an educator, technology is not an end unto itself. It's simply a means to enhance learning, creativity, and engagement. We talk about, frequently I hear people talking about how to integrate technology into the classroom. I think that's the wrong question. That's fine. The right question is how can we use technology to deepen engagement, deepen creativity, and inquiry. Our mission is pretty simple educationally, King's Academy. We'll learn to be independent, creative, and responsible thinkers within an ethical community. Independent, creative, and responsible. If we could graduate kids who had those three qualities alone, I think we could accomplish extraordinary things. I'm going to move over this real quick and go to the academy itself. The Global Online Academy is a consortium of about 15 schools. We were the first international school to join this. The schools pool their human resources. They pool their teachers, and they offer a series of courses taught by those teachers that are available to every student in the school. This is a full list of the schools. It'll expand to 30 to 40 in the next year or so. It will become more international, more global. Right now it's dominated somewhat by schools in North America. And the mission of the Global Online Academy is actually a fairly conservative one. It's to replicate in online classrooms the intellectually rigorous programs and excellent teaching that are the hallmarks of its member schools, to foster new and effective ways through best practices in online education for students to learn, and to promote students' global awareness and understanding by creating truly diverse worldwide online schoolroom communities. And essentially, it's there to take the power of individual teachers and spread that, right? And to humanize learning. So why do we get involved in this? The first reason is it's completely consistent with our mission. We want to graduate students who are engaged, who are creative, and we want to provide our faculty with the resources so that they can get into touch with other members of the teaching profession across the world who are interested in incorporating educational technology into the classroom. It connects them with a global network of teachers who are dedicated to best practices in online education. Creates shared expertise among those teachers, and deepens conversation about teaching and learning at our school. But there's other reasons. We feel that the courses that are offered are different than many of the courses we offer in our brick and mortar classrooms. And we believe that the repertoire of courses is going to intrinsically excite the interest of kids. Somebody earlier said that we need to incorporate more problem-based learning into our teaching. We need to ask students to consider questions of contemporary significance that are urgent for all of us, and to have them consider them. These courses don't simply ask for problem-based assignments, they're problem-based courses in and of themselves. Here are a few of them. Introduction to Bioethics, there's a course on human rights, digital photography, none of these are courses that we can staff. So it's allowed us to expand our curriculum and provide our students with a broader menu of choice, which is important for kids to have. It also allows us for increased flexibility. One of the advantages of these kinds of online distance learning courses is that kids can manage their own time. They're not stuck in the daily routine of class. They can study when they need to study, when they want to study, and they can manage their own time, and there's a tremendous flexibility there. If you talk to teachers at schools, they'll tell you that their greatest challenge is they don't have enough time. And students will say much the same if you quiz them about their experience. Their days feel very full. They need more time, and these kinds of courses, alongside more traditional brick and mortar courses, provide that kind of flexibility. They can also take courses in the summer and create more time. So there's a tremendous flexibility that online distance classes provide students, which is very important to schools. It's clearly a kind of learning that's going to become increasingly frequent. The statistics are pretty extraordinary. There were 45,000 students taking online courses in 2000. And then there were 6.1 million students taking an online course in 2010. And 1 in 3 students in higher education today takes an online course. So we want our kids to be prepared for this kind of learning. And ideally, we'd like every student in the school to have the opportunity to take one online course at some point over the 4 years of their high school career. One of our founding principles is global citizenship. Let me talk about the global piece first. A digital classroom that involves students from across the world is intrinsically more powerful than most brick and mortar classrooms. many of our classrooms are quite homogeneous, necessarily so, by nationality, socioeconomically, and in many other ways. When you have and you bring kids together from various parts of the world, you have a richness and a diversity of outlook and perspective that you're not going to find in a brick and mortar classroom. You can create a new kind of seminar through the use of many of the social networking technologies that have been described by some of the other panelists today. Imagine students from Jakarta, New York, and Jordan studying the media's response to 9/11. The first assignment that one of our students was given in a course in media studies was to look at an image that was produced in the week after that. And the conversation that ensued from that, and the writing that ensued, was very, very powerful. And the students were able to enter into a kind of conversation and a kind of inquiry that simply isn't available in their classrooms elsewhere. And the last piece with the global citizenship piece, I would say, is that we need to teach the skills of citizenship. As Omar said in the keynote address this morning, our civic life, our political life, is migrating online. And it's important that we equip students to be able to engage and participate as citizens and as digital citizens. And we need to teach the skills of that. Respectful discussion, attentive listening. And as Bill Gates said in a talk about education and about distance learning, kids participating in a respectful learning process with other students under the guidance of a master teacher is the gold standard of education. And I think the key here is that somehow we need to bring together the traditional literacies that have been embodied in the technology of the book, the skills of inquiry, discussion, careful reading, analysis, critical thinking, writing, oral communication. All of these are at the core of traditional schools. And these are incredibly valuable skills. They're the skills we use at university, they're the skills we use in the workplace. And the power of the new technologies to augment those and to improve those literacies is tremendous. And the reason we became involved in the Global Online Academy is we felt that there was an opportunity here. So thank you very much.